Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. And today's topic is going to be imagination. Imagination. I have spoken on that before, but it is so vitally important that you understand the strength and power of your imagination. But before we get started, smash that like button, subscribe, share my videos with your friends if you think it will be of value to them. And it's a beautiful, sunny summer day in St. Louis, Missouri today. Hope it's wonderful wherever you are in the world. Okay, let's go with imagination. This is going to be short. I'm running a little behind. I'm extremely busy with my other business, which is wonderful. Sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed, but I have to imagine that everything goes exactly like it's supposed to. And to be grateful that I am so busy, that I have so much work, that people want me to work for them, that people trust me. Did I imagine all that? Yes, I did. I used to imagine and think about having clients that were extremely wealthy. Many of my clients today are multimillionaires, and they're great to work for. But let's go with imagination. What is imagination? We speak about imagination as fancy or silly, or we tell people you have too much imagination, but then again we tell people to use their imagination like they're not imaginative enough. But then other times we say, oh, you're just thinking from your imagination. You got a vivid imagination, as if there's something wrong with it. But I beg to differ. There's nothing wrong with it. Only thinking makes it so. But then again, there is something right with it. How can we belittle such a great thing, such a creative power? Look at Elon Musk. You think he didn't create those things? SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, I think it's called, within his imagination first? Did he not have a thought about it before he started these ventures? Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge because knowledge is limited. With imagination, you can go anywhere and do anything. Everything you see created by man was first created within his imagination. So then why don't we teach people, kids, in school how to use this great creative power? I don't know. Maybe you know. I don't know. It's amazing. It's actually the power that has created everything in the world that we see with our eyes, created by man, but yet we put little importance on it, and we put more importance on logic and memorization. We teach children in school how to memorize. My favorite classes were such as typing, because I could use my hands and I could create something before my eyes by pressing the keys with my fingers, a story, a paragraph, a sentence. It came from within my imagination. Shop, drafting. I could create drawings on a piece of paper. Art. It was all creative. It all came from my imagination. Yes, with typing, I had to learn which keys to press, but I liked it because I knew that there could flow from that creativity, or through that, I should say. Like today, I write books. I've written 2 books. I've published 2 books on Amazon. Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels, and The Power is Within. And it actually is within you. It's within your wonderful human imagination, the eternal body of man. That's a Neville Goddard quote. I didn't make that one up. But your imaginative self is the creative power in the world. You can use that to create whatever you want for yourself. You can use it to create evil or bad. Evil is just what we don't like. We say it's evil because it's something that happens to us or something that happens that we disagree with, that we think is bad. And we say good when something happens that we like or that we want to happen. I say evil and good begins within the mind, within the imagination of man, where everything begins within your imagination. You have one. We all have one. How are you using that today? And that's your choice. That's where free will comes in. You can use your imagination as Hitler did, and millions of people died. Tell me that was not more powerful, his imagination, than the atomic bomb or a nuclear warhead. How many people can one nuclear warhead kill? Hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, but yet within the mind of Hitler, he was the catalyst, his imagination, that killed millions of people and changed the world. And then we have the other side of the coin, Mother Teresa. Everybody knows who she is, most people do, and most people know who Hitler is, although there are some young people who don't know who Hitler was. But these two people both had imaginations. One used it for good, we would say, and the other used it for bad. Now, that depends which side of the fence you're standing on. A lot of people believed in Hitler. I know that's hard to grasp, but they did. He didn't do that by himself. He had followers. Now, some people will follow people down any road. We have followers and we have leaders in the world. But I would guess to say you're a leader or you would not be here. You're not a follower. You may be a subscriber, and I appreciate you, but I don't believe you're a follower in the general sense like the masses who follow the consumer path. You have an imagination. Something led you here. Nothing happens in the world by mistake, in God's world by mistake, or however you choose to view it. I always clarify that because whatever your conception of God is, okay, everyone has a different view, a different filter they see God through, or divinity, or whatever name you want to put on it. Even if you're a strict Christian, if you look in the Bible, there are many names given to God. So whatever name you feel comfortable with, and whatever that signifies to you, that's what you can call God if you believe in a God. Maybe you just believe in the universal laws. I always want to clarify, you need to believe however you choose to, whatever works for you, whatever you feel comfortable with. We each have a moral compass within us, and that can guide us. We know what's right for us and what's wrong for us. Even Jesus said, what is a sin? A mistake. That's all sin is a mistake. What is a sin for one man may not be a sin for another. You may be able to do things that, for me, I wouldn't feel right about. That would be a mistake for me. And I may be able to do things that you can't do, that would be wrong for you to do, but okay for me to do. Each of us has to be guided by our own conscience or our own imagination. The imagination is one of the most powerful creative forces in the world. I've probably said that before already in this video, but it is, and you need to view it as such, because with it you can accomplish your dreams, your visions, your purpose, and without it, it's very difficult to accomplish anything other than going to work for someone else for the rest of your life, retiring and getting a gold watch. And then you look back over your life and you think, what did I do? I wanted to do this, and this, but I was afraid. I imagined my life one way, but yet it played out another way. Because to follow your imaginative pictures, for lack of a better way to say it, in your mind, you have to have courage. You have to think big. One of my mistakes, or one of my errors, or one of the things that I could do more is to think bigger. to face more fear, to walk with more courage. And I think we could all think bigger than we do. Grant Cardone said he wished he had more courage. And he is a man doing things, making things happen. He not only has money, but he uses that money to help people. Money is just a tool, and you can use it however you imagine yourself using it, for good or for bad, whichever your view, however you decide to view good or bad. Well, I gotta go to work. Thanks for joining me. Check out my website at marksinspiration.com. We have a podcast live Saturday night at 7 p.m. that I know you will enjoy, and I got to get out of here. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.